Which best describes the area shown in this aerial photograph? Well, this aerial photograph very similar to this aerial photograph, and what you see is you can tell that the land has been parceled or boxed off into perfect squares. And our choices here are, is this forest and farmland? That looks like a good choice. Is it deeply eroded bedrock? Well, if it was deeply eroded bedrock, you would see a lot of actual exposed rock, not developed land. Extensive urban development. Urban, referring to a city, so we don't really see any buildings in this picture, so it's not C. Folded mountains and rivers. I really hope you don't think you see any mountains in this picture. This is very, very flat coastal plain of Virginia, so our best answer is A, forest and farmland. Which Virginia watershed has the greatest impact in the state due to its size? All right, two ways you can get this question right. The first is it's asking you which is the largest, and you could simply look up here and see which watershed labeled is the largest. Second would be to understand what a watershed is. And if we look over here at this picture, a watershed is an area of the land that drains to a particular point along a stream or river. So if you notice, all these mountains are faced in a way that when it rains, the water will roll down the mountain and go directly into this river or this river, and then eventually all these streams meet up and form this one river. So any pollution or anything that happens inside of this circle will end up in this river. So back to our question, the question is easy, which is the largest? So our best answer here is the James River watershed. It's just bigger than all the others. So letter B. Crushed stone is an economic resource that is second only to coal. How is crushed stone used? I just wanted to show you a little picture of an actual limestone quarry in Virginia, and that's a quarry is where rocks are mined. And limestone, if you crush it up and mix it with some water, you can pour it out just like this gentleman's doing in the picture, and it becomes cement. And cement is used for D, construction material. Which recent geologic processes commonly occur in the coastal plain region of Virginia? So geologic processes in the coastal plain, there's not too many exciting ones. This is a flat wetlands area. There's no plate tectonics, there's not really earthquakes or crustal uplift or rock deformation. That would be mountain building. There's no rifting, there's no pooling apart of the land. There's no subduction and metamorphism. There's just not much exciting. But what we do have is erosion and deposition from all the rivers from the state coming down and dropping off their rocks at the end of the deltas. So we do have lots of C, erosion and deposition. The folding and faulting found in the rocks of the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia were created by, and this is not specific to the Blue Ridge Mountains, so don't get worried or confused. This question is about all mountains. And what causes mountains? Is it the collisions of continental plates, like two plates colliding and smushing the mountains and forcing them upward? That's a very good answer, A. It's definitely not the waves of an ocean that made a mountain. It's not the Coriolis effect. That's just a meteorology term. And it's definitely not the heating and cooling of air. It's not convection in the atmosphere. So our best answer here is A, the collision of continental plates. When you see natural resource and Virginia, always think coal. Coal is the most important natural resource for our economy that's found in Virginia. A lot of coal in the southwestern part of Virginia, a few other coal beds you can see here in isolated areas, but our answer here is H, coal. Remember, Virginia is very unique in that it has 5 physiographic provinces. We have our flat coastal plain where we live here in Virginia Beach. We've got the Piedmont region, which is really neat for some Triassic basin, so there's some dinosaur bones in this area. We've got the Blue Ridge Mountains, the Valley and Ridge provinces right here with our sandstone and our limestone rocks, and then we got a little portion of the Appalachian Plateau. Even though it's a little tiny portion, there's a lot of coal in the Appalachian Plateau. Alright, so this is just a memory question, so which one is the Piedmont? And the answer is C, 3. So number 3 is the Piedmont region. Caves are found in Virginia's Valley and Ridge province because the area is underlain by, remember, our Valley and Ridge province is basically two major rocks, sandstone and limestone, and they got folded and they got turned upright, and it was the limestone that got eroded away and created the valleys, and the sandstone withstood the millions of years of erosion a little better, so those are the ridges. So the reason we have these underground caves and caverns is groundwater that was slightly acidic eroded away the limestone. And our best answer here is D, limestone. They love to put questions like this on the SOL. Just what is Virginia's most important natural resource for our economy? The answer is always going to be H, coal. You can see there's a nice little strip mine coal here. You can see the big trucks taking all the coal out. The fossil fuel found in greatest abundance in Virginia. So a couple things you just gotta have to know real quick. Fossil fuel means oil, coal, or natural gas. That's our 3 major fossil fuels. And then you just gotta make sure you don't read this too quickly and you get this word. Abundance means, the most plentiful. So our fossil fuel for the state of Virginia that's most plentiful, that's coal. Always be sure you pick coal when they're talking about Virginia resources and economy. It's usually the right answer. Wetlands are more prevalent in which physiographic province of Virginia? And don't forget prevalent meaning more of. So where are the wetlands? The wetlands are in this flat area, low-lying area, so close to sea level, not mountainous, not in a plateau, and that really only leaves 2 possible choices. So it's not the Blue Ridge Mountains, it's not the Appalachian Plateau. So is it the coastal plain or the Piedmont? And our coastal plain is kind of the end of the rivers, and this is where we have the lowest lying land and we have the most swampland. So our answer is A, the coastal plain. Limestone is a valuable resource in Virginia because limestone can be processed to make what? So if you ground up the limestone, you add some water to it, it does not make plastic. Definitely does not make steel. I hope you wouldn't pick wood. We know that comes from trees. And our best answer here is H, concrete. That's what limestone is used for, building materials and construction.